Welcome to the Folio. I'm Michele Dando, Vice President of Supplier Relations at Facilisgroup. And in today's episode, we're discussing Core365. Core365 is Alphabroder's fully integrated promotional products program. The high-quality assortment of apparel and hard goods across a multitude of colors allows you to mix and match without the worry of color matching. We're joined by Ted Simpson and Tom Spoltman from Alphabroder to discuss their Core365 program a bit further. Ted, Tom, thanks so much for joining us today. Super excited to talk to you guys about your Core365 program and the benefits that Alphabroder provides with this program. So I'm going to dive right into some questions because I know everybody wants to know all about it. So really the first question is really take us through the concept of Core365 and really what brought it to life.
Thanks, Michelle. We really appreciate it. Core365 started really as a new apparel brand back in 2013. And it was the result of repeated requests from customers for what I would describe as effortless outfitting solutions. And although originally built for the uniform market, it quickly became the go-to apparel brand for all channels and all of our customers, quite frankly. The more recent expansion into hard goods really provides us an easy solution, what we refer to as a one-stop shop for both apparel and hard goods.
Awesome. What would you say are the challenges that Core365 solves for the distributor?
I guess I'll take this one, Ted. Again, thanks, Michelle, for having us. I would say the best solution that Core365 provides is that exact same PMS color, whether it's on a polo, a jacket, a hard good drinkware piece, a bag. We've all had those instances where even on a Navy piece, you buy a Navy jacket from one supplier, a Navy polo from another, and a Navy bag from another supplier. You bring it all in, you think it's Navy is Navy. It is not. So I think that's what really is a great solution of Core365. In addition to what Ted said, is the one-stop solution. You can place one PO for both your hard good and apparel needs.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. And everybody struggled with, again, trying to find the same navy, the same green. So to be able to go in and feel that comfort of ordering across these items and knowing the color is to the quality standards that you guys have, that you're going to feel that match across the board is really amazing and does definitely solve a problem. And we all know with screen colors, things can be different. So really pulling out those variables that all of us have working remotely and different things is really a nice add for distributors. And speaking of, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I would even take it to the next, sorry, Michelle, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I think the next thing also above and beyond that is it's 16 colors. So it's just not 4 or 5 colors, it's 16 colors within the brand that make it unique, right? So it can pretty much hit any corporate or team color out there for all your needs.
That is true. Great point. I'm glad you brought that up because, again, yeah, it would be easy just to cover the basics like black, white, navy, and a red, but you guys really did span that color story. On that, do you ever refresh the color story to fit in with trends, or is it just sort of a stable color story?
It's pretty much stable. So there's 16 main colors. Again, we don't put the 16 colors across every style. The nice thing about our website is you can see each of those colors, what styles what colors each style comes in, whether that's the all 16 or the top 6. But you did mention earlier in your conversation, the 6 typically sell the most, but it's nice to have that eye and flash or pop of color that makes that piece stand out.
Yeah, it's really nice to have that. And again, stability is great for year-over-year ordering. So if you're doing it for a program and you need to come back for new employees or some sort of gifting, really nice to have that stability and not, shift year to year. Speaking of that, for Core365, really any vertical markets that you see that it's strongest in or that you really see taking off with this program?
I mean, I think from the Core365 brand, I mean, obviously, really at the end of the day, and we've talked about, case uses such as, charities, medical groups, service industries, et cetera. But it's really the great value that, that this brand offers that really will naturally fit with those types of end users that are, if you want to call it value driven or price sensitive, such as charities, nonprofit organizations, schools, and fundraisers. But really the Core365 brand is so popular and really popular in that uniforming channel. Like it really provides you the opportunity for those uniforming opportunities across all channels, especially where you have large groups of staffing that need unique items but all require that cohesive look and feel that Core 365 brings.
It really kind of speaks to all verticals then.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of what the name says, right? Core 365, 365 days a year. It can go in all the core areas of any business model.
So thinking about the assortment, if you could, one of you walk us through just really the general assortment, and would love to know if you have a favorite product in the assortment or just a favorite combo of products. I know this is what people are coming for, kind of to build that ready to go. So would just love to know kind of in general about it, and then what are your favorites?
Sure. I would say the assortment is, again, across apparel and hard goods. It was originated, as Ted mentioned, back in 2013 as an apparel brand only. It started with the idea of offering that core value, price sensitive, 100% polyester polo. And that is still the staple of the brand. It's what everything is built around. From that inception in 2013, we've added outerwear, wovens, quarter zip layering pieces, to even 3-in-1 jackets. And then obviously last year, with the expansion of hard goods, we now have drinkware, bags, writing instruments, journals, again, giving you a full assortment within the same PMS color. To me, again, it goes back to my background in apparel. Obviously, I've sold hard goods as well, but to me, it's that having that polo jacket combination, the 88181, 78181 male-female companion, the CE708, CE708W, which is a nice lightweight styling piece that, again, companion built, but then switching over to the hard goods with drinkware, and that price point still carrying over to the hard goods as well.
Any favorites in there? I personally love the notebook. I love that I could get a notebook that matches everything else. So I didn't know if you guys had any favorite products that you want to shout. I know Ted, you shouted out, or Tom, a few of them. So I didn't know, Ted, if you had any favorites out there too.
Yeah, I think, I probably, from a sales perspective, would probably echo Tom's answer. I mean, obviously, selfishly, 88181 and 78181 are both, one of our top selling styles that we carry as Alphabroder. And the CE708 has been a high flyer ever since we introduced it just a few years ago. So again, the only other kind of item that I might be privy to or lean towards is the CE401, which is a really nice quarter zip layering piece that has a really nice sort of retail look and feel with great value. It also comes in ladies, so it also comes in ladies, so CE401W. So.
Gotta appreciate that. And I think that's another point, in talking about really the inception of Core 365 and how you've done it. You're addressing both male and female, so it's not just sticking everybody into a box. So you really love that, hitting on that value price point and really that 365, but covering everybody and not just forcing it into one side of the coin. So that's really great.
I would tell you, Michelle, that's a credit to our merchandise team, right? I mean, I think they've done an exceptional job of bringing that value, bringing what the customer's asking for. I know they pride themselves on asking customers in our industry what's important, what they're looking for. And with Core 365, the team has done a tremendous job.
Awesome. Okay, so now getting into helping the distributor sell Core 365. What tools does Alphabroder have available really to help get it out to their end clients?
I mean, obviously, I think the easiest one is our website, alphabroder.com, and alphabroder.ca in Canada. But it's probably the key tool that's available. Provides excellent filtering and keyword capabilities that allows it to really be easy to navigate. Certainly, many of the Core 365 items have really been offered almost part of our, and Tom referenced our merchandising team, but they've moved to almost what they refer to as large platforms in terms of fabrics, and so you can actually search keywords in the collection is a great tactics, like Chromasoft as an example within Core 365. I think there's, obviously specific marketing materials as far as flyers and catalogs. There's the Core 365 flyer, our digital lounge that we have via our resource center on the website. And, really a great example or a perfect example is our onboarding kit flyer. You can, really just envision and see that new employees that are being onboarded to a corporation or to a company or to Facilis for that matter, and to have the ability to, have Pantone color consistency in hard goods and apparel, from a polo shirt to a t-shirt to a lightweight jacket, and including, obviously to your point, the journal book, and even your drinkware item as an example. So, but again, those are certainly a few of the tools, and I know Tom probably has a few more that he would probably speak to.
Yeah, I think that in the States specifically, we're developing this in Canada, but in April this year, we consolidated Primeline onto the Alphabroder.com website, right? So now on one single platform of Alphabroder.com, you have both the hard goods and apparel on one place. And that's been very well received by our customer base. From a search perspective, you can actually type in a PMS color in the search bar, and that'll pull up every style that we have that's close to that PMS color or exact PMS color. So again, I think that's a great tool. When you land on one of our styles, example of the 88181, 78181, which is the polo, you can actually click on a specific color and send that sales sheet in that color to your customer. And it provides the PMS color to them so they know exactly what it is. A lot of sites do not provide the exact color that you're sending on when you send a sales sheet. That's something that we've really emphasized and stressed. But again, pointing out that PMS, which really separates Core 365 and making it what it really is in today's environment.
It's really interesting kind of talking to you guys and diving deep on Core 365 and just kind of thinking about my last question. I was like, I think we've kind of tidied this up and answered it, but you really have made it so simple to kind of pull together, multiple items. You've answered all these questions. It's obvious you've really listened to distributors out in the industry of like, what are the pain points? How do we solve these? And just the longevity of the program shows also the strength, and that, you've brought in those hard goods and can add in that drinkware when needed. So again, I'm going to ask my last question. We might have, I think, answered all of this, but if you can, if you both want to sum up, like really what makes Core 365 concept stand out in the industry? Obviously, we've touched on many things and there's lots of places people can go, but how would you sum up really, and each of you happy to take this, really how does it stand out?
Well, again, like you said, we have probably touched on what makes it stand out, right? It is the longevity of the brand itself, being since 2013, its inception. It's been built upon, and listening to distributors in our industry and asking them what's important to them. It started off as a basics polo jacket, and I believe it was a fleece piece, was about the three pieces that we had originally. And now to see the amount of styles carrying over to the hard goods, but again, emphasizing, and I mentioned it earlier, a Navy's not a Navy from us or one of our competitors. Having that consistency and building that brand image that's important to end users is what Core 365 provides, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think you referenced it, Michele, in the word simple, and I think I would say that it's really simple. It's really the first brand to truly offer matching Pantone colors in both apparel and hard goods in one single shopping basket, and that's kind of how I would say that it sums it up and what makes it stand out.
And sometimes the most simple things are the most effective, and I think you guys are proving it with Core 365. It's been wonderful chatting with you and learning a bit more. Appreciate your time. And yeah, just again, love the concept, love what it's doing, solving problems, making everybody's day-to-day a little faster. And again, just I assume too, as it goes out to end clients, just seeing, like you said, the simplicity of it makes their life easier too. So again, I appreciate your time. Appreciate sharing this Alphabroder story, and as it comes along, I'm sure there is more to come in the future. And well, thanks for joining the Folio, and we look forward to many more.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having us. Yeah, we really appreciate it.